So here's a tulip cutting out of my garden. Cute little vase that my husband got me. And I have camellias branches in there with some hyacinths. But my grandma, I didn't know her. She died when I was 3, but she made this doily. Crocheted it. And I'm glad that it made it to my table because it means a lot to me. Okay, I'm taking a chance with these zebra tomatoes because it is supposed to get to 38 next Tuesday, but I can cover them with a container. But I had 2 growing in one sponge, so I wanted to get those out of the hydroponic garden. I cut them in half. With these scissors, I just cut the sponge in half, so they always look traumatized like this, so we'll see if they live. I'm taking a chance. So I usually don't buy store tomatoes in the winter. I buy the cherry tomatoes because they taste better. But these are from Publix. Look how red they are. I've never seen grocery store tomatoes that red. But we'll see if they taste as good as they look. That's amazing. You guys, look at my Japanese ferns are coming up. They look like little aliens. I was afraid they died, but they're okay. So crazy looking. Get your spider. Get him. Get him. Why are you so cute? It is cloudy. It's supposed to rain. I need to get out there and garden because everything I plant will be watered. I have tons of seeds to get out still. And I'm waiting anxiously for the ones to get or to come up that I did plant. This is purple shamrock. And I have cilantro in there. And who knows what else. Because I'm trying to grow some herbs inside. Even with starters inside, I've had little bugs chew the starters, so they're just they're not safe anywhere. I don't know what does it. It's like little gnats. Hostas are popping. So this is going to be several hours project. I hurt my knee last year kneeling, so I have to basically sit to do that because this thing doesn't, you can't get enough leverage to pull the weeds. So look at, we live on a slope, so these rocks have been completely buried and there's a ton. So I'm basically digging them out and pulling all the weeds. Aren't you guys jealous? You guys, look at the yellow pollen in the stream. That's how much yellow pollen there is right now. This is a better view. You can get it through the screen. That's not the pollen that bothers me. It's the tree pollen that starts early that makes you a zombie, a pollen zombie. So when you can't tell where the roots are, if you plant sideways, the roots will grow, they will find their way up, see, like that way. But this needs to go in 3 inches, but I just wanted to show you that. Tonight it is chickpea salad from ingredients from Aldi's and baked salmon stuffed with seafood. It tastes pretty good so far. I just tried the salmon. Haven't tried the chickpea salad yet. So look at this, everybody. These are asters. They come back every year, see? They are coming back right there. But I believe these are all seeds here. So you know me. I'm gonna save these. We're waiting for 2 days for this rain. You can water, 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 but nothing makes seeds come up like natural rain. Thank you. Love it. Well, if there's no tornado. Love my covered porch for this reason. Missed it. See, the rain is making, it makes all your seeds come up. I'll have to cover all these with a netting until they get so big because the chipmunks will destroy them. I love how this little succulent garden is coming in this year. The bulbs take a little bit longer. I don't see any action yet. You guys, I had to pull over and take this wisteria for you because it's so pretty. It's probably what makes us all choke down here, but it's beautiful. I'm trying to get a good light. Look at this. That is amazing. And I don't think it's doing it justice. Let me get a different angle. Trying to get a good angle without getting too close to the road. These crazy drivers down here. Look at that wisteria. It is so pretty. It is all down the side country roads. It is beautiful. I did not plant these. They were here when when we moved in. But they're so cute. They're not, yeah, they're open. You can't wait too long for the weeds because you'll start pulling out starters. And that's the only reason I don't like all the leaves in here is because I can't see the starters, but the leaves, like, and when I say starters, the things that come up on their own. The seeds that are dropped from your plants last year will start to come up by themselves, and that's how I get so many tomatoes. So this is all weed, chickweed, I think it is. I'm not sure, but I had so many tomatoes in here last year, so I want to get all this out of here so the tomatoes can start growing. Because they need that sunlight. I don't know what that is. I might have put grass clippings in here. No, I don't usually. Oh. I think there's is that a chipmunk hole? Something trying to build a nest in here? Oh my gosh. Just realized that. I'm like, what is all this? Wow. You never know what you're gonna find when you are in the garden. Why would something put a nest in there? Oh gosh, that's kind of freaking me out. So yeah, there's a bunch of like nesting stuff here in a hole. Ugh, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want something to bite me. That probably wasn't real smart to be a snake hole. They don't put, I don't know. I have no idea about snakes. Ooh, that's a little creepy. See, and this is where I want to get on my knee and I can't. Oh, it's so hard. It's so annoying. I don't want to ruin my other knee. So today I'm just filling containers with soil and getting the weeds out. So something dug a hole and it was full of all this like grass clippings. So what animal does that? I used to come here when Sam was a baby. You could drop off plants and the gardening club, which I want to get into actually, will plant them. So I used to donate a lot of plants here. I would just leave them here and they would plant them when they got to it. Lenten roses are everywhere right now. Look at this. But this is a beautiful park. Mowed the lawn yesterday and my back is killing me. So be careful with gardening because it's like muscles you haven't used all winter and it doesn't take much to hurt yourself. So I'm going to take it easy today. Trying to get some exercise just slowly at the park. So much for finishing the leaves today. These are pretty. I don't know what these are. It's huge. I wonder what those are. I've never seen those before. There's some more. Those are cool. Variegated something. You see him? I got him. Caught him in the act. Gets in there and tries to chew up my starters. I don't have anything in that pot though. That he was just in. Got him in the act. See him? Sees me. He's got a little hole up there. They're cute, but they're destructive. I can't do nothing to them. They're like my little pets, but they're a challenge when you're growing seedlings. Okay, it literally feels like the beach today. It's super humid and it's breezy. And it's awesome. Too bad I don't have an ocean, right? I do have a lake, but I do not try to swim in that lake. It's so dirty. But it's fun to kayak in. I have a fence around this, and so far I have 3 sunflowers that made it. I'm doing nothing today but icing my back because I mowed the backyard yesterday and I haven't done that in years, and oh my gosh. How pathetic, but I'm sore and stiff. I left all these dandelions for the butterflies, and I think the hummingbirds like them too, and I just saw a hummingbird today. Redbeard, I gotta get him on video. He saw me and took off. I've never done onions and I'm dying to pull one of these just to see. Because they look pretty thick, but it says that the stems turn brown and they're not anywhere near that. And I threw my pumpkins out here and looks like one made it from the fall. So that's coming up. And this year I am leaving all those brown leaves in there because the slugs ate the heck out of those last year, and I think it will keep the slugs off. If you want something easy to grow, an herb is oregano. We moved in 2019. This has been in the same pot. I just add dirt, but all that dirt under there is like so old and it still looks great. I just try to add soil to the top. I did get this weeded yesterday too. That's probably why my back hurts too, but gardening is not for the weak, that's for sure. I'm gonna leave, like I said, those dandelions. They're good for the pollinators. And I'm also going to leave the brown leaves and just put soil over it because that is good compost fertilizer. I have black ants like crazy in here. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. This came up by itself and it says it's a wildflower, speedwell. So I'm gonna see what it looks like. it does look like it's getting blooms on it. So anything that comes up natural, you know, is gonna live. The beans are starting to get little blooms. Strawberries just start popping in no time. I only hardened these off a few days, so that's why they're kind of droopy, but I'm telling you, tomatoes are pretty hardy. They can be pretty feeble, but as far as transplanting them, they usually live. They just look like that for a little bit. And I got peas coming up here, so I got a few things going. Got just a few lilies here. I need to thin this out. I wish you guys, some of you live close, I could give you some. This needs work, this bed. These hollyhocks I grew by seed last year from my dad's collection. So please bloom. I had a heck of a time with these in Georgia before. And they're getting yellow leaves, so I did throw some potting soil over there. I might add some more just to give them some vitamins. Dookie, what are you doing? When are you gonna start harvesting stuff for me? And these are pansies from last year that survived. They have some little blooms on them. These are so cute. I love them. Little bluebells. Some are open, some aren't, but back there you can really see that they're open. They don't bloom too long either. So enjoy them while they last. But just when all the spring flowers end, then the summer ones start. Good morning, YouTube watchers. It is April 4th. The gardens are starting to pop. The bluebells are blooming. It's a gorgeous morning. It's gonna be hot here tomorrow. Of course, we have a track meet we're gonna roast. I said it's like baking on aluminum foil out on those bleachers. Usually goes from cold to hot in Georgia. That's the only bad thing. Up north, you guys get the pretty seasons. But the gardening is good, so it is worth it. Just have to trim. I have camellias coming up everywhere from these camellia bushes. I need to dig those up because those things get huge and I don't want them in here. My mint is really doing good. Japanese maple is doing good. Got that from a starter from a friend. I'm still working on cleaning out these beds, but they look pretty good because I worked on them last year. I just need to get all the leaves out of there. Marigolds are coming. They're about to turn into flowers, see? I have the net in here because the chipmunks will eat every bit of these. Last year I grew them in the garage, and I think it's either use the net or grow in the garage until they're big enough where he won't eat them or she won't eat them. This iris is getting ready to spit a bloom out there. I don't know, these bushes aren't looking so great. I'm not sure why. Maybe they're just, well, they usually are red in the winter, so. Pollen is in full force today. Yellow everywhere. This is doing great. That's from Dollar Tree. The experiment is to see if the deer will eat it or not, though, because I have a few of these. I moved the main balloon flower, but they chew those. Well, I think they just eat the flower. So we'll see. Even my amaryllis look good this year in the pot. I got Creeping Jenny down here, which I love because it's so bright green and it makes everything pop. If you want something that grows like crazy, this is spiderwort. It gets blue blooms, but you need to put it somewhere it's going to take over because I have little starters everywhere. See, they're even in the grass. So that's a little bit invasive. It's not my favorite. I moved that to the back there, and it's still popping up. It's one of those you can't really kill. I hope these caladium bulbs come up. And those are about done blooming. I picked that up at the Dollar Tree too.